Hello, welcome to your super speedy thigh Pilates workout. Today we are using a block. So if you don't have a Pilates block, I've got two by the way, because I'm going to use one for my head to rest on. If you don't have a block, you may want to use a pillow, a cushion, a thick book, a Pilates ring or a Pilates ball. Whatever you've got basically. Or you can do the whole thing without by squeezing the legs together, but it does work a little bit better if you've got a prop. But yeah, grab that and I'll meet you on the mat. If we haven't met before, by the way, my name is Emma. I am a Pilates instructor that happens to be registered blind, still with some vision, but I do have a guide dog who generally likes to get involved and join us for the video. So do watch out for him, and I try to audio describe everything in as much detail as possible so that fellow blind and visually impaired people can follow along, but you can also put your screen to the side and listen, tune in with your other senses and be a little bit more present on the mat. But yeah, let's get ready to go. So as I was saying, I'm going to use one block for my head and the other block's going to go between the thighs, and we're going to lower down all the way onto our back. So taking a moment, you can place the block between the thighs already. Taking a moment just to settle on your mat, letting the back of the head rest on your block on the mat, letting your shoulder blades open wide on the mat, feeling this natural curve going through the back of your neck and the back of your lower back. Feeling the back of your pelvis on the mat and the soles of your feet, which are nice and parallel, about a foot away from you, away from your sit bones. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And as you breathe out, close down your eyes or simply come into a soft gaze, taking a moment to connect with your other senses. Starting to tune in with the sounds around you. Maybe noticing the temperature of the room, or even just how the body's feeling today. As you breathe in, notice that air now going into the sides and the back of the rib cage. Can you widen the rib cage out to the side of the mat without flaring? And as you exhale, gently pull your belly button away from your clothing, pulling those abdominals in as we start our main practice. Either keeping the eyes closed or you can blink them open. On your exhale, you're going to take a squeeze into the block. So you can squeeze 80%, 50%, 20%. This is up to you how much you engage those inner thighs. And then release, obviously, so your equipment doesn't drop, but you've still got some hold on it, but you've released enough to relax. Go again, squeeze into your block. I'm going to say block just because I've got a block. As you do this, keep releasing and squeezing. See if you can let your hands just rest gently onto your hip bones and notice whether there's any movement. We want to stay as steady as possible as we squeeze and release. You're keeping your abs engaged. On the next one, squeeze as tight as you feel you can and just give me little pulses. We squeeze, release, squeeze, release. So you do a full squeeze, a half squeeze of whatever percent you're doing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold on to that squeeze for me and step your feet a little closer in towards you. From there, you're going to roll your hip bones in towards you, keeping that half squeeze. And then release back to a natural curve, release the block. Go again, come into that half squeeze, roll the hips in towards you. Lift up a little higher this time. The tailbone starts to peel off of the mat. And then you roll back down, hip bones rolling at the same level. Release to a natural curve, release the block. Squeeze halfway again. Loads of equipment's just dropped, hasn't it? Roll up a little bit more this time, coming into a half bridge. You're feeling feeling each part of your spine peeling off of the mat like a sticker, bone by bone. Excuse the London sirens. Roll back down, release the block. Go again, we squeeze into the block, we roll the hips in. Can you come into a full bridge this time? So we feel the tailbone, the lower back, the middle back. Then we come up onto our shoulders. We feel the glutes, the hamstrings firing up. Keep squeezing into your block as you roll down from the upper back to the middle back, to a flat back. Tailbone releases, neutral spine, and then release the block. Go again, squeezing into your block, maybe a little more this time. Roll your pelvis in towards you and feel each part of the spine peeling off bone by bone. Your neck is free as you come up onto your shoulders and you're strong in your bridge. You've created a ramp from your knees to your shoulders that someone could walk down. And then you roll back down and release. We go again, we squeeze into the block, we roll up again, and this time we're going to hold it up. And we're going to do our little pulses. Or we're going to start small and then do pulses. We squeeze into the block, and then we release. We squeeze into the block, and we release. Carry on with that equally. If you need to drop your hips back down and do your squeezes back here on the mat, that's okay too. Squeeze. And release, squeeze and release. On the next one, into our pulses, full squeeze, half squeeze for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll down through the hips, bone by bone. Good. Open the arms out to the side. Feel the back of the hands pressing into the mat, and maybe just tune in with how the surface maybe feels different with the arms open. Now it's not on the mat. I want you to take a half squeeze. Roll your pelvis. We're going to tip onto the outside right foot as your left foot picks off of the mat. Keep squeezing as your lower body drops to the side. Other arm anchors you back the other way. Foot grounds back into the mat as you come back to center. Roll onto the outside of the left foot. We come up and over, picking the right foot up as we twist from the waist over to the left. Come back up, ground that foot into the floor. Just give me one more time to each side. Squeezing your block between the thighs so the knees stay in line. So you're feeling this constant work going through your thighs. Drop to the other side. Noticing your other arm anchoring you back the other way, and then pull back up. Lovely. Keeping your arms this time out to the side, like someone's pulling those arms to the other end of the room. If your feet have shuffled, shuffle them back under so your heels are underneath your knees. Last little bit here. We're going to, instead of curling up this time, we're going to come into a straight lift. So we're going to do 5 squeezes, pulses down, and then 5 as we lift. I'll talk you through it. Arms are being pulled out to the side at shoulder height. We squeeze into the block. 5, 4, 3, 2 on the last one. We hold it. We bridge our hips up. We do 5 little pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We drop down. 5 pulses again. We go 5, 4. Arms are pulling. 3, 2, 1. Squeeze as we bridge back up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We drop down again. We go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We hold this one. We bridge up. We go 5, 4. Pulling those arms. 3, 2, 1. This time we just drop and lift, keeping that squeeze on your brick. We drop the hips down. We lift them up. Keep squeezing, feeling that contact of each leg, each inner thigh on that brick. 5 more times, dropping the hips and lifting up. Strong through the legs, through the arms. 2, 1. Hold it up here. Last little pulses into the block. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the hips down. Take the block away. Hug your knees into the chest. As you take a deep breath in through your nose, allow your abdominals to relax and just start to circle your legs away from one another, towards one another, like butterfly wings, opening and closing. And we go back the other way. Almost coming into like a moving meditation. Tuning into the muscles that feel like they've worked. Letting them release. Let the feet fall to the floor, knees bend, open the arms back out to the side. Again, just tune into that different texture from the mat to the floor. And just allow your legs to zigzag over to the right. And then zigzag over to the left, twisting from your waist down. Just keep going from right to left. Letting those hips release. One more time to each side. High arch. And then when you're ready, soles of the feet together, let the knees open, arms are stretched long. Feel that energy of each foot pressing in towards one another. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Breathing out through the mouth. Deep breath in. And breathing out. When you are done, you can slowly make your way up. You may want to do some upper body work now, which actually I'm going to leave on screen. So head over and do some upper body if you want to. But maybe you're done for the day. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you next week for another one. Take care. Bye.